Hello, my dear students. I'm Pallavi Paul, the teacher of Techno India Group Public School. I welcome you all to the social science class. Today's topic is from class 5, chapter 9. The name of the chapter is Land of Hot Sands. Okay, so let's proceed. Today you will learn about the plant life of Saudi Arabia. Okay. Very few plants can grow in the desert climate. You already know that Saudi Arabia is mostly situated in the desert area, right? So very few plants can grow. Over there, see the picture? This is the picture of the desert of Saudi Arabia, and over there you see very less amount of small plants can be found over there. The plant life in Saudi Arabia consists of shrubs and small herbs which require very little water because it is mostly in the desert area, and in the desert very less amount of water is there, rainfall is very less, always you can see water scarcity is there. So very small herbs and shrubs type of plants can only be seen over there, which requires very little water, which can survive in the desert area. Such plants have long roots that penetrate deep into the soil for water. Their stems are also soft and fleshy. This happens them store water. Okay, so such plants are there which is found in the desert area, which is having long roots that can go deep into the soil for water because water table is at the very low surface, okay, over there in the desert area, because very less water is there, so the roots have to be very tall to go into the soil and get water. Their stems are also soft and fleshy. This helps them to store water, as because the stems of the trees are soft and fleshy, they can store water in the stems because they may not get water every day, right? So they store water in their stems. Their leaves are just like thorns. This also prevents loss of water through evaporation. You all know what is evaporation? When the leaf of the trees takes out the water or excess water from its body is known as evaporation, right? When it releases water as vapor is known as evaporation. But in desert area, you already know the temperature is very high and water is very less. So the trees need water, no? They cannot do evaporation all the time. So to prevent the evaporation, what do? They transfer their leaves into the thorns. Over there, see the picture? Their leaves have become thorns, and we all know thorns don't do evaporation that much, just like the leaves. So they can prevent loss of water through evaporation by making it or converting their leaves into thorns. Okay. At some places in the desert, underground water rises to the surface, forming a fertile area called an oasis. So oasis can be found in the desert area. See the picture over there? These are the pictures of oases. Sometimes what happens? The underground water of the desert area rises to the surface, and that looks like a lake, okay, which is fertile. Of course, it is having water body in it. So as because it is having water, so it becomes fertile, and this is called as oasis. Okay, so around the oasis, see over there, a lot of trees are there. Whole place is sandy, but around the oasis trees are there. Okay, why trees are there? Because trees need water, no? So around the oasis you can see a lot of vegetations are there, and that makes it fertile as well. So over there a few people does agriculture also. Okay, date palms and some crops such as wheat and barley are grown over here. So date palms and different type of crops like wheat and barley can be found in desert area around the oasis. Not more than 2% of Saudi Arabia's land can be used for agriculture. only 2% of land of Saudi Arabia can be used for agriculture because it is not fertile. It is having barren land mostly. This is because of the inadequate rainfall in this season. Okay, the climate is not favorable for agriculture as because it is having very less amount of rainfall throughout the whole country. It is barren, it is desert, it is not fertile. That's why it is not favorable for agriculture. Okay, plants are xerophytic. What is xerophyte plants? Which require little water, okay, to survive, because mostly there is very less amount of water there, less amount of lake, river, and less amount of rainfall. So the plants are mostly xerophytic, which does not need a lot of water to survive, and are mostly small herbs and shrubs that are useful as forage. There are a few small areas of grass and trees in the southern Asia. So over there very small amount of areas of grass and trees can be found mostly in the southern region. Okay, and small herbs and shrubs can be found which is useful for forage, means which is useful for the animals to eat. Okay, animals eats the shrubs and small herbs as well. Although the date palm is widespread, about 1/3 of the date palms grown are in Al Sarkia province. So see the picture over there. This is the picture of date palm. Okay. Almost 35,000 species of plant have been recorded in the country, with nearly 1,000 species known from the southwestern region of Asir with its higher rainfall. So 3,500 species of plant have been recorded or found in this country, and 1,000 species known from the southwestern region only. Most of the plants can be found in the southwestern region where it gets higher rainfall. After spring rains, along buried seeds germinate and bloom in a few hours. The normally barren gravel plains turn green. When the spring comes, in the spring season, the barren land of desert becomes green because different type of flowers bloom over there at that moment, at that season. Okay, flowering plants in Central Arabia include examples of convolvulus, mustard pea, daisy, caper, iris, and milkweed families. So these are the different type of flowering plants can be found in Saudi Arabia. Okay, see the first picture, that is the picture of mustard flower. Second one is pea, and third one is daisy. Okay, these are the important flowers of Saudi Arabia. One of these imports the prickly pear, which thrives and is fed to livestock. So the animals eat the prickly pear. Moreover, its fruit is eaten by people. Okay, see the pictures over there. These are the pictures of prickly pears, which is eaten by the livestock, and the fruit of prickly pear can be eaten by the people. Date palms, of which there are numerous varieties, are grown in many oases, with the dates themselves providing food for humans and livestock. See the picture over there, that is the picture of date palm, and it is having different type of varieties which is grown in the oases where we can get the water body. So over there date palms can be found, and they provide food for the humans as well as the animals as well. The oases also produce many fruits and vegetables such as rice, alfalfa, henna. What is henna? A shrub that yields a reddish orange dye. Okay, and henna, sometimes the people uses henna in their head, right, to make it red or make it reddish orange. That is only henna. Different type of vegetables other than these three are citrus, melons, onions, tomatoes, barley, wheat, and in higher regions peaches, grapes, and prickly pear can be found. These are the different type of fruits and vegetables which can be found in the oases. Okay, So this much today. Read your book properly. Read the topic properly. Thank you so much, class.